Greetings, Divine Radiance. How are you? Hey, Alaka. We were just in the inbox together. So, look, I'm going to go ahead and start the recording here. All right, there we go. There we go. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Wednesday Live Empower Hour with me, Nahkila Isha of AshworthScott Life Sculpting. I'm a divine interpreter, psychic life coach, and mentor, assisting you with activating the divinity and wisdom within your soul so that you are empowered to create and live an abundant life. So, you guys, you know what? Whenever we do Empower Hour or any sort of live, I always pull cards for myself first, right? Before I'm getting on with you guys. And I pulled a card and Spirit said to actually put this as one of our cards that's going to be a part of today's message. So I'm going to go ahead and sit that right there. So how is everybody feeling? Alatha, I'm so glad that you're able to catch the beginning, and I appreciate you for joining. I know that you are at work, so thank you, thank you, thank you. Those of you that are joining, I appreciate you. I am not going to have this be a really long Empower Hour. I'm actually exhausted, you guys. Some of you may know that I've been doing these spine injections since the car accident. It just recently started, but today was the knee and had MRIs this morning. So I've been on the go. My first appointment was at 8, and I literally woke up at like 3 something this morning. And so I'm just like, okay, it's time for me to take a nap until tomorrow. Hey, Lacey, how are you? How are you? Welcome. So, and you know what? Let me see if my son texts me back because his birthday is on Wednesday. Okay, he just said probably my birthday. So, there will not be a live Empower Hour next Wednesday, but I will do like I did last week, and I will record a message for you that will post at 5 p.m., the same time that we usually meet. Because I was leaving it up to him. It's his birthday, so if he chose to celebrate on his birthday, then there wouldn't be one. If he chose the weekend, then there would be one. So he's not working next Wednesday, so he's choosing his actual birthday. Hey, Pat, how are you? Welcome, welcome. So you guys, you know what? Let's go ahead and get into our breathing. Let's get into our breathing. If you're not driving, you know the routine. Go ahead and get comfortable. Close your eyes, take some slow, deep breaths, inhaling love and light through your nose and exhaling and releasing all that's not serving you through your mouth. And, just allow yourself to focus on whatever specifics that you're choosing to release. And also, as you're inhaling that love and light, let's start making sure that we're inhaling that healing as well. Love, light, and healing. And if you feel real special, if you feel like really spicing it up, we can even inhale gratitude as well, okay? So I'm going to send Reiki to your heart chakra and your solar plexus. And because the energy is very intelligent, it will travel to wherever your body, your soul, and your spirit is calling for it to go, okay? So just go ahead and inhale slow and deep, love, light, healing, and gratitude. Just go ahead and inhale through your nose. And then release out your mouth all that's no longer serving you. And as you continue to breathe, I call in highest light guides, angels, ancestors, healers, teachers, wise ones, ascended masters, and helpful companions, all of highest light and love. I call on you now, and I thank you for filling this space. I thank you for using me as a vessel to deliver a message that is rooted in highest light, love, and truth. And I thank you for opening the hearts, the minds, and the spirits of those I'm called to serve today. I thank you, and so it is. So just go ahead and continue with your breathing. And as you're inhaling that love, light, that healing, and gratitude, I'd like you to bring your focus to your crown chakra located at the top of your head. And just go ahead and give your crown chakra permission to open. Open your crown chakra now. And just allow yourself to receive divine wisdom, divine grace, divine guidance. And just feel all the love and support from your highest source of power flowing down from the cosmos into your crown. And just feel that love pour down into your third eye. Feel it extending out to your ear chakras. Feel it traveling down in your throat, down into your heart, down into your solar plexus and your sacral, down into your root, And just feel all that loving, divine, healing energy traveling down your legs, your thighs, your knees. Feel it in your calves, your ankles, your feet. And just allow your feet to grow roots at the soles. Just feel those roots as they burst through the bottom of your feet, penetrating whatever surface your feet are resting on. And just allow those roots to travel down to Mother Earth, down to her core, taking a moment to send Mother Earth love, healing, and gratitude. And just allow yourself to connect to Mother Earth's energy, feeling her heartbeat and her love, and bring that energy back up through those roots. Feel it traveling up through the soles of your feet, up into your ankles, your calves, and your knees. Feeling it up in your thighs, your root chakra, up in your sacral, your solar plexus, your heart. And feel it traveling up into your throat, your ear chakras, your third eye, and up and out your crown. And just allow Mother Earth's energy and the energy of your highest source of love, light, and power. Allow those energies to intertwine and then bringing them back down in your crown and feel it traveling throughout your entire cellular being. And just go ahead and set the intention that with every inhale you take for the rest of the day, you'll continue to breathe in love, light, healing, and gratitude. And with every exhale you take for the rest of the day, you'll continue to release all that's no longer serving you. And so it is. So when you are ready, just go ahead and open your eyes if they were closed and come on back. Come on back. Hey, Mom. Hey, Naya. So yes, you guys, so I have been fasting again. I don't know if y'all knew that, but my mom and I were doing raw for the rest of February. And well, at least until I celebrate my birthday, then I'll go into eating some food and then I'll probably cleanse again and then see where spirit guides me from there. But one of the members in our soul family today said that she's going to actually do raw. She's going to do the master cleanse and go into raw in March. And I was like, that's a great idea because I'm going to be posting the videos of the meals that I prepare. So today I went to the grocery store and got all kinds of stuff. I'm super duper excited. And you guys, did you know that kelp noodles is raw? That's so awesome. But also I'll be doing spirals and sauces with nuts and ground meat substitutes with raw nuts. I'm just excited, y'all. Y'all know I love food, and going without food, it's like, okay, I'm ready now, spirit. I'm ready. So anyways, how are you guys feeling? Hey, Mimi. Hey, Tia Lynn. Hey, Diamond. Okay, I was like, who is it? Who is it? Hey, I sent you guys a message the other day. I don't know if you got it, but welcome. Good to see you. Good to see you. Okay, so you guys, one of the things that I was telling Alatha before you all got on was whenever we do any sort of live, I always pull cards for me first. I love readings, even if I'm giving them to myself. But this card that I pulled, Spirit said to put it in our pile. So I put that card there. And Michonne, I know you were curious about what deck that was when I did the video in activating you. This is the deck here. Yeah, this is the deck. I was just guided to grab a couple of different decks off the shelf that I hadn't used in a while. Oh, okay. These came up in someone's personal session. Same cards. Okay, Spirit, what message do you have for us? It's so funny, you guys, because take both. Okay, that's it. Okay, I told my mom, I was like, I'm exhausted. I'm going to pull 3 cards and listen, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I already pulled 6. Once we get started, I'll be forgetting all about the fact I'm tired. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into the message. So this was the first card. It says, path awareness. If I sincerely ask, I am always guided back to the right path for me and to my central purpose. So before I go into the message that Spirit has with this card, I'm glad we got this card, which is adding up because I totally forgot to share this with you guys. So you know how we've talked about how, in a lot of religions, we're taught not to question God, right? Some religions we're taught it's okay, it's a good thing. And so we also don't tend to test things very often as it relates to spirituality. And, you know, the other day I was just sitting here in this spot on the couch and Ganesh was on the ottoman, and I called in Archangel Michael, right? And I was like, Archangel Michael, come and fill the space. And I was like, okay, I know Ganesh can see you. So what I'd like you to do is go over there so that Ganesh looks in that direction, right? And I'm saying it in my mind, like I'm talking to Archangel Michael in my, you know, in here, right? So next thing I know, Ganesh not only turns that way, he turns all the way that way with his head. And I'm like, okay, cool, cool. That could be you, but it could be him too. Could be Ganesh just choosing to look right now. So then I said, okay, come over here by me and make it to where Ganesh looks directly at me. It was kind of creepy because I don't know how many of you have cats, but the look on Ganesh's face, it was almost like he literally went, and his eyes were just like big, and he was looking at me like this dead in my face. I was like, this is so cool. I'm such a spiritual nerd, you guys. But I was so excited because, you know, for me personally, at night, there are times when I'll see things, but I don't see, like when I see, it's not like figures or it's not like people, right? That's not how my gift of sight comes through at this point. So it's just kind of cool to know that Ganesh can see, and I can always tell when he's playing with spirits, you know. I can always tell when, you know, if there's something in the home that is not serving me to have it here, I can always tell from how Ganesh is reacting. So I thought that was just really amazing. So I'm being led to share that with you, to say, start testing the things that you're choosing to have faith in, right? Because if you can test what you're choosing to have faith in, and when you can receive that proof that it is real, it just elevates your faith, right? And it's not that I doubt it, that the angels are real, the archangels. Like, I have no doubt about that at all whatsoever. For me, it was just more like, this is freaking cool. Let's play a game. I even do little silly stuff like telepathically communicate with Ganesh. Don't judge me, y'all. But I do, you know, I like to like test my gifts and see what I can do. And I like to call in the guides. So I'm being told to encourage you to start testing things, right? And so getting back to this card, if I sincerely ask, I am always guided back to the right path for me and to my central purpose. So I'm being told to tell you to speak up for what you're choosing, right? And this isn't even about speaking up in this 3D realm. What Spirit is saying is speak up in the realm of spirit, right? Speak up in the realm of spirit and don't play small. You know, the other day, I had one of my sisters in light reach out, and one of the things that Spirit had me point out to her was, if we are not clear on exactly what we are choosing to accomplish on our path, it's the same as manifesting anything. When there's not clarity, the universe doesn't know what to give you. So you find yourself staying stagnant in the same energy or in the same position, right? So Spirit is saying, first of all, evaluate what is it that you're choosing? Because we're in a new period of life, right? So even if, right? You guys remember how I kept saying that energy? I'm feeling it. It's a new energy coming. Well, we are there. So maybe you spoke up before this period, right? But now what Spirit is saying is reevaluate your goals, whether it's your spiritual goals, your healing goals, your personal goals, your financial goals. Reevaluate based on where you are today, right? Where you are in the now, and based on the life that you're choosing for yourself. Because the more we heal, our level of self-worth goes up, you know, our worthiness meter goes up. So what we were choosing a year ago may not be aligned with where we are today. And if you're still existing in that old energy, then you're going to still be getting that old energy. So let me see what you all are saying. Let's see. Naya said, I feel great. How are you feeling? I feel great. Tired today, but feel great. I got an injection in my knee, and it turns out that I have arthritis in my knee, and the doctor said that it could have been dormant, and hitting it in the accident could have took it out of being dormant. So that's one of the things. And I'm actually noticing I'm not having as many sharp, sudden pains. It still hurts. Like even me just doing this to it, it still hurts. So yeah, I'm great. I'm great. How are you? Let's see. Tia Lynn said, I saw you sent a message on Voxer from email, but when Diamond went to check Voxer, it wasn't working. Oh, okay, okay. Let's see. Naya said, Ganesh is on point. Beautiful. Yes, I just adore him. That boy is something else. Something else, especially when they talk, when they say actual words, you know. Pat said, hello, Tia Lynn. Good to see you. I've been missing you guys. Naya said, yes, I've been testing a lot lately. It's been interesting. Yes, it's something that we're being encouraged to do. And here's why. This has come up for us before too, but this is the reason why. You know, I'm hearing again, and I think I heard this before. Well, Councilor Lee, I believe I heard this before. Like almost like, well, the real Slim Shady, please stand up. But it's like, well, the real chosen ones were the real light workers, were the real ones that said, yes, stand up, right? And so in order for us to stand up and do what we agreed to do, it's important that we get our faith in check. Right? It's important that we are in a position to where we are not wavering at all, because I cannot teach you how to have unwavering faith if my faith is wavering, right? Because right now we're not dealing in what we say to each other. We're dealing in vibration and frequency, right? It's like with my children. I was never that parent that believed in do as I say, not as I do. I have always believed that children will learn from what they see. It doesn't matter what you tell them. They're going to do exactly what they see, right? And so this is similar in the sense of if my faith was wavering and I could have all the techniques and all the remedies on how to not waver in faith, you guys are going to feel that energetically. And so your soul is going to reject it, right? Reject it. Now, it's not the same as some of you, your ego, your mind may be rejecting unwavering faith, right? And surrender, right? That's totally different than your soul, right? Totally different than your soul. And with me saying this, you'll know the difference, right? You'll know the difference. But yeah, so Spirit is saying it's time for us to be rooted. I'm hearing rooted and booted. Rooted and booted. Okay, I get it now because I'm like, that's funny. But Spirit said it has a meaning. Rooted and booted. When you think in terms of soldiers, what do soldiers wear on their feet? They wear combat boots. So we are being called to be rooted in who we are, why we're here, and booted, ready for war. And this war, it's an energetic war, right? It's not that let's go kill people, let's be angry. It's not that kind of war. It's energetic. And we're fighting with a big old tool, a big old weapon that's the strongest one there is, and that's love, right? That's love, and it starts with self. So let's see what you all are saying. Pat said, funny, you're saying this. I used to do that, but I stopped. Not sure why. And you know what, Pat? Connect with your soul and find out why. You know, find out why. Like, allow your soul to tell you why. One of the things that's coming through as far as why we don't always keep up with the things that elevate us is because we're still harboring an unconscious fear of our own greatness, right? And that is true for almost every light worker. There is at least some point in time on their journey, right? It's just the truth. It was designed that way. It was one of the plots to keep us down. Put that cellular memory of fear so that it's so strong that they are afraid of their own greatness. And then what we're going to do is we're going to feed them things in whichever reality they're existing in that's going to push that fear even deeper into them and keep them stuck, right? So really ask yourself why. You know, in the Activating You, there's something we're going over right now with self-love. And I'm being told to have you all that are not in the mentorship still evaluate your level of self-love, because in order for you to truly step into your calling and your purpose the way you're being called to, it's a matter of you loving yourself and feeling worthy for this mission that you've agreed to accept, right? Feeling worthy. And also when you feel worthy, right? When you feel worthy, you know that I'm safe. Why? Because I'm worthy of protection. I am worthy of protection from the highest, greatest, strongest, most powerful beings there are, right? That exist. So therefore, I can do this work without fear, right? I can do it without fear. Also, when you love yourself, when that self-love is there, you are going to do all the things that serves your highest good to do to take care of you, right? All the things that serves your highest good to do to take care of you. This is something I don't know how many of you guys saw it yet, but I went live in Activating You when I got home, and it was coming through that you gonna bring it back? Because I forgot. Okay, thank you. So it was coming through that when we love ourselves, right? When we love ourselves, we do those things that keep us spiritually sound, spiritually grounded. But we're always telling spirit, I'm manifesting this, I'm choosing this, I'm ready for this, right? And spirit is saying, your well being is my main priority. So, although you're asking for more, if you aren't loving yourself enough to take care of your daily non negotiables, well, you're not getting more on your plate because you're not ready, right? So, they go hand in hand. So, you may be doing all the manifestation techniques. You may be doing all the action work, right, to get those goals accomplished. However, you may find yourself being stagnant because maybe you aren't meditating every day. Maybe you aren't eating healthy. Maybe you are still engaging in gossip. Maybe you are still looking at timelines on social media that's negative, or watching the news, or you know what I mean, bringing your vibration down. Maybe you're still accepting less than what you deserve in that relationship, right? That friendship, right? Whatever the case may be. So spirit is saying now it's about you evaluating you, doing those things that elevate your soul and your spirit, right? Elevate your self-love so that you can receive the things you've been manifesting. So let's see what we're saying. Hey, Portia. Hey, Michaela. Welcome. Welcome. And I said, oh, wow, my cat talks too. I know. In Washington State, he actually said, Mommy. It was so cute. And everybody who doesn't have cats thought I was weird. But then someone else who has a cat was like, yeah, my cat has done that too. And he says no. That's pretty simple. He says no a lot. And he said something else. Mom, if you remember, let me know. My mom's cat speaks too. Tamar, my little sister, my little first sister. But yeah. So let's see. Lacey said, have you ever tried sea moss? I take it with burdock root and bladderwrack, and it helps so much with inflammation, pain, and so many other benefits. I seriously love it. You know what? I had started taking sea moss regularly. I had started taking the pills, and then my mom started taking the gel, and I took it for a few months. In the place where I would order them, they ran out. My mom was taking the gel, and she shared some with me. And I was intending to start taking it regularly, and I did not. So you are being used to tell me to do this. So thank you so much. I know my mom says she got the stuff to start making her own gel. So maybe what I will do is like put in on it, put 5 on it, and then she can make it for both of us. That'd be a good idea, Mom. If you're on and you're down with it, let me know. So yeah, thank you so much, Lacey. Let's see. Naya said, I feel that energy shifting and energy's manifesting. It's almost like I can mold it in my hands. That is exactly what's happening. That is exactly what's happening. So I don't know if you guys remember me saying this when we were like in the height of everyone kind of panicking with COVID. And I told you guys how I went on the balcony and I really just disconnected from everyone's energy. And I was really just in my own energy and in the energy with spirit. And it's almost like, the way I could describe it is like a portal was open, right? It's almost like when we talk about the veil, right? It was like something was just open where there was a film, which was that low vibrating energy that we're being fed. But that was an illusion. And right behind that, there was just all this abundant energy available. And it was so amazing. And so Spirit was like, well, yeah, that's why they're going through such great lengths to keep everyone in fear, keep everyone in hate, keep everyone in all these things, because they are aware of all of this magnificent energy that we all have access to. So when we as a collective are aware that not only are we in a very powerful energy right now where it's amplified, but this is always available to us. It's always available to us. And it goes back to this card, right? That if you ask, you will receive. If you seek, you will find, right? It goes back to that. So yes. And when you get up in the morning, I don't know what you do in the morning. I would recommend coming up with a ritual or routine that serves you. But one of the things that I do is I literally smile. Like I will smile. I'll just smile and I'll stretch and I'll like, I feel so good. Oh, it's so amazing. You know, I'm corny, y'all. I'm corny by myself too. So I'm literally like, and then I just hug myself, and you know, everything that happens in my life serves my highest good, and everything is working out for me. Everything in my life is always working out. I am so grateful. I am so grateful. I am so happy. I'm so happy. I'm so abundant. I am so grateful, you know? And just literally before I even get up out of the bed, this is a conversation I'm having, right? Before I even meditate, this is a conversation I'm having, right? And then I do that hugging me and that feeling my body. And, you know, I told y'all I got a whole bakery and it feels good. I love me some sweets. And I just touch my body, because when we get in that energy of feeling our soul and feeling our body, engaging our other senses, right? Then we're able to show more appreciation and gratitude. How can you hate something that feels so good and cuddly? Just hug yourself, right? And just rub your body. It really feels amazing. I'll be like, oh, is that what people feeling when they hugging me? Lucky them. No, but seriously, start doing that, because Spirit is saying it's just time. It's time for us to let all of that doubt, that self-doubt, that self-hate, that self-sabotage, just let it go and tune into this energy that is here for us. So let's see what our second card is. Now, this one, y'all, I can't make it up. This one came in reverse, and look what it says. Fearless self-love. And it's in reverse. And Spirit is telling us it's time to love ourselves more. It is. Even if you're saying, you know what? I love myself. Spirit is saying love yourself more. Because I do. I love myself. But I'm being called to love myself even more, right? Love myself even more. Think about some of the healthiest relationships, right? And the healthiest relationships, whether it's a friendship or a significant other or a family ship, it's like this competition of who can show the other one the most love, right? I'm going to outdo you. I'm going to love you a little bit more than you love me today, right? And that's a healthy competition. It's fun. So do that to yourself. Oh, I loved me yesterday, but today, oh, I'm loving you even more. Because remember, not only does it serve us in the now, but as we are choosing to be in union, whether we're already in union or we're coming into union, what that does is it shifts the dynamics of the relationship, right? Because we're only getting what we're being to self, right? We're only getting what we're being to self. So what it says is, whenever I choose to love myself, no matter the circumstances surrounding me, I am practicing fearlessness. There's not really much else to say about that. And some of you may choose to look up frogs and see what they mean. Also, look at her hair. It reminds me of harvest, right? It reminds me of harvest. So what's coming, I'm going to hold it up as I'm delivering this message. So what's coming through with this is all of those things that you are harvesting, right? All of those seeds that you have planted, Spirit is saying they will come into form when you increase your self-love. And self-love is actually kind of a rebellious act, right? When we think about the state of the world and how we've been programmed to not love ourselves, right? We've been programmed to not love ourselves, and therefore we're not loving everyone else, right? What if we just all loved ourselves and loved everybody? What would the world be like, right? Sometimes just start visualizing that. You know, one of the things that happens is we accept things as they are, right? We just kind of accept that the world is this way. And we kind of take on that energy and that belief that I am changing my life, but the world is how the world is, right? But here's the thing. We are magicians. We are master manifestors. We are powerful. We are the divine in human form. We are love. And there is nothing more powerful than love and light. We are light, right? So if that is the case, the only reason why the shift is not occurring on that deep universal level is because even us light workers, we still believe and we still accept that the world just is how it is. Right? And so Spirit is saying, really tap into your power and see the world as you would rather it be, right? See the world as you would rather it be. We have worn rose-colored glasses in so many situations in our lives, right? At some point in time, some of us still wearing them, right? And Spirit is saying, if you can wear rose-colored glasses in a way that does not serve your highest good, then why can't you wear love-colored glasses in a way that does, right? So start focusing on how you'd rather the world be, right? So let's see. My mom said Tamar loves to say no. That's her cat. Let's see. Pat said, OMG, this is right on time. I just started a 31-day self-love boot camp with my sister circle on Monday. Awesome. And Pat said, self-love is really coming in strong right now. It is necessary for all of us. It really is. It truly is. Because, you know, when I think back, you guys, about how much I hated myself, I was talking to my bonus daughter, and I was telling her how my esteem was so low back then, that there's certain people that I looked at back then and I just thought they were so incredibly beautiful. And when I look back, I'm like, did they not age well? Or was I just so low on my self-esteem that I was looking at myself with such false sense of reality that, you know, I'm having this like, you know what I mean? And my bonus daughter's like, no, Mom, no, you had low self-esteem back then because no, you know, but it's one of those things when I look back on those years when I dealt with dysmorphia, you know, being a size 6 with a 23-inch waist and feeling like I was fat. Like, that's the craziest thing ever. Where does that come from? Just that self-hate. Where does it come from? Just low self-esteem. You know, not feeling worthy. And when I think about how I felt inside during that time, I was living in a prison, right? An emotional, mental prison. It was miserable. It was miserable. And it's like, for what? For what? We're all so unique and so beautiful. The only thing that's ugly is a soul. That's the only thing that's ugly, is a soul. If your soul is beautiful, you are beautiful, right? Even some folks with ugly souls, their physical form, like, who determines what is ugly? Where does it come from, right? Are you as confused as me? I mean, we know where it comes from. We know we've been programmed to be that way. But Spirit is saying, why do we accept that? Right? Now it's time for us to no longer accept it. That fearless act of rebellion is to love ourselves and to love others, right? To love others. So let's see. Oh, thank you, Lacey. Thank you. My mom said I purchased the gel the other day. I will make my own eventually. Okay, awesome. Pat said, okay, come through, Spirit. Self-love is the theme for 2021. Yes, ma'am, it is. Pat said, yes, that's what it's all about. When we love ourselves more, we have more capacity and compassion to love others. It's so powerful. It is. It really is. And it's just beautiful. You know what I mean? When I tell you guys I love you because you are me and I love me. I'm not just saying that because it's like, you know, cute to say. I really do love you. You are me and I am you. So how could I not love you? You know what I mean? So yeah, Pat said it's so true. So many people are working on manifesting material things. Why don't we manifest the world we want to live in? And you know what? It's all about balance, right? It's all about balance. We can do both. We can manifest those material things, but also manifest in the world we choose to live in too, right? We oftentimes don't look at our purpose or our calling, right? We are here, yes, to enjoy this experience, but we're also here to serve. And that's the balance that Spirit is telling us to create, right? Being able to, you know, self-preservation first. That is essential. That's not selfish. Self-preservation first is a form of self-love, right? Self-preservation first. What that means is I'm not giving you my empty cup, because then I'm not going to have a cup to fill. I'm going to fill my cup, and then I'm going to grab another cup just as pretty and fancy as the one I have, because you deserve all that I deserve. And then I'm going to let my overflow pour into your cup. You're going to have your own beautiful cup, and we're just going to share. And then we're just going to blend and merge, right? So yeah, Spirit is saying it's about us creating that balance. So we have infinite self, and it says, my infinite self dwells in the sweetness of this very moment. In this very moment. So one of the things that I'm being told to point out is that Some of us have not found that fine line between being in the now and manifesting the future. And I believe this came up before. So, and also before we move on, the reason why that other card was in reverse is because Spirit is saying that now is the time to release whatever hangups that we are holding on to that prevent us from loving ourselves fearlessly. So what this is speaking of is you connecting with the divinity within your soul, right? Your infinite self. You are an infinite being. And these butterflies, you know, oftentimes when we see butterflies, it's usually reminding us that there's someone in spirit form that's here, letting us know that they're around. You know, butterflies also represent change and transformation coming out of your cocoon, right? Allowing yourself to go from that caterpillar to that butterfly that no longer drags slowly on the earth, but you're now able to fly and soar and flutter, and then you can come back down to earth and do what you do when you choose to, right? So Spirit is just saying this is about elevation, and this is about truly seeing yourself, right? And what these flowers are representing, what I'm being told, is it's representing that connection to giving yourself flowers and accolades while you're here. Oftentimes we talk about, and while you're here, what Spirit is saying is while you're here is in the now, right? So we talk about others, you know, like when my mom was still in the Bay Area, my grandmother, my father's mom, she and my bonus dad would take her flowers, right? And it was because let's give Miss Lee her flowers while she's here, right? So as we're saying that, Spirit is saying apply that to self, right? But oftentimes we praise ourselves when we have set out to accomplish a goal and when we reach it. But what about when we're here? What gratitude are you showing for self when you're right here in the now? And this is what we're being called to do, not to praise yourself or add value to yourself when you accomplish something, because simply being here, incarnated, you chose to be here, you agreed to be here, and every day you're working through something, you're healing through something. So Spirit is saying, give yourself your flowers while you are here in the now, okay? So let's see what you're saying. Pat said, yes, our concept of beauty comes from the programming, just like everything else we are taught. It's so true. And you know, what's so funny is when I was younger, right? When I was younger, I used to wish I was darker, right? Because I used to just, oh my gosh, my cousins, I have some cousins with just some beautiful, beautiful, beautiful skin. And I used to always wish I was darker. I just thought it was so beautiful. And I had cousins who had beautiful dark skin that wish they were light skin. And I couldn't understand why. Also, to me, the darker the skin, the more pure the bloodline. That's how I felt as a teenager, you know, as a young girl, a teenager. And also, you know, it just felt strong and powerful. And it's just something about it. It was just beautiful to me. It still is. The only difference is now I'm grateful for my complexion and I find it just as beautiful, right? So it's like we have this warped sense of beauty based on what society fed us, or we have this warped sense of beauty based on hangups we have in our own heads and minds, or we have a combination of both. I happen to have a combination of both. So, you know, it's also that self-acceptance, right? That self-acceptance. And one of the ways we accept ourselves is to stop looking for acceptance from others, you know, stop looking for others to show us gratitude and showing up in gratitude for ourselves. The more we do that, the more others will start to come with that same gratitude, with that same acceptance, that same love. And then there's still going to be people that don't, but they're not even going to be on our radar, right? We're just going to be surrounded by those we're called to serve, those we're called to love, those that are called to serve us and love us. And we're just going to exist in this high vibe frequency, doing what we came here to do, enjoying the beautiful world we're creating and the beautiful material things we're manifesting. So we're attracting, we're allowing, right? So time of fallow. This card has come up at least 4 times. At least 4 times, twice in personal sessions. I believe it may have come up in group. I don't know, you guys. But yeah, and then 2 other times. So Spirit is saying message. But anyways, time of fallow. Creative manifestation occurs more easily when I have nurtured myself and honored my time of fallow. So one of the things you all have heard me saying recently was speaking about those hills and those valleys. And normally on our journey, when we think of that, we think, oh, the highs are great, the lows not so great, right? And Spirit literally said, no, that's not what that is. That valley is your rest period. That valley is pouring to you. That valley is going within, deeper connecting, right? Elevating yourself. And then when you go back up, that's when you're serving, right? That's when you're serving. So Spirit is telling us to begin appreciating our time of fallow, begin appreciating those valleys, not dreading them or looking at them as something bad or something less than. What goes up must come down. It's the law of nature, right? It's the law of nature. So Spirit is saying to shift our paradigm on how we're viewing the cycles of our life. And I'm being told to read from the book what this card says. And let's see. Oh, what age was I when I stopped with the dysmorphia? I would say when I completely stopped was when I went through my healing journey, and that started in 2016. Because when I think about it, although it wasn't as bad as it was when I was a teenager and a young woman, it was still bad. You know what I mean? Like I still had a ton of self-hate as it related to body image. So I would say when I went through my healing is when it was gone, you know, when it ended. But yeah, I remember when I was a teenager, Salt and Pepper, my mom and I watched the biopic that just came on. And I was telling her, I was like, I remember when I used to be like, ooh, I want to be her size. And my friends looked at me like, you're smaller than her. But I didn't see it. It was the craziest thing, you guys. When I look back at it, it was so crazy. I remember my youngest sister, when she was still a teenager, she was going through a phase where she thought she was fat. I was like, listen, I spent so many years thinking I was fat when I wasn't. Stop it. You are beautiful. You are fine. You are perfect, whole, and complete, you know? So yeah, it's just one of those things where, yeah, it wasn't until my healing journey. Like even now, you know, I told you guys I'm a foodie. And if I'm not working out or I'm not actively on top of what I'm doing to maintain. So right now I'm not able to work out, you know, because of everything going on physically. So I am being guided by Spirit to do other things to maintain and even still release, you know? So that was another thing too, because I knew that things had shifted. Instead of me being in the energy of, oh no, I can't work out. Now I was there in the beginning, y'all. I spent some time there. I give myself time to be all up in my humanness. I give me a time limit and then we're done with that. And then we go straight into solutions. Okay, Spirit, how we gonna make this work? Right. So by me doing that, Spirit's been like, okay, master cleanse. Okay. Go into intermediate fasting. Okay. Now cleanse again. Okay. Do raw for a month and still intermediate fast. Oh, and then after that, go back into, and since you like certain things, this is what you do throughout the month. You're eating the organic, non-processed, you know, healthy. And then at the end of the month, go ahead and enjoy those things like your popcorn and your popcorn maker and whatever else you like. And then go ahead and do another cleanse. And so that was the solution. That was the solution. So it's worked out. It's worked out. Also, what I was saying is like when I saw the pictures when Tealyn and Diamond and we went to the lake and I was like, Mom, am I really that big? This was a year ago. My mom goes, yes. And in the past, I would have gotten depressed and it would have been this cycle and I would have kept eating and kept growing, you know, instead I'm like, okay. And that's when I started at the gym a year ago. So it's just shifted. Everything is shifted. It's more like, oh, okay, that's what I look like. Cool. That's not my happy spot. So I'm going to do something about it. It's all good, but I still love me. So that allows me to move forward in action. So yeah. That was a great question. Let's see. Pat said, yes, Nahkila, we are on the same page 100%. Yes, ma'am. We've been aligned. We've been aligned. The soul family, we have been aligned these past we're always aligned, but it's been a little bit stronger lately. It's been stronger. Lacey said, I've dealt with dysmorphia my whole life until recently. Thanks to your help. I'm really loving myself now. I am so grateful. I'm grateful that your soul has been open and that I've been able to be a vessel. So I'm grateful and I'm happy for you. Doesn't it feel good? Doesn't it feel good? Like to not be bothered with that, you know, it feels great. Past that first time I've seen this time of fallow card. Interesting. I love when let's see, what number is it? 45. I told you guys, I've had this deck probably for like at least a year, probably almost 2. And I told you guys, I don't look at all the cards when I get the decks. I cleanse them, you know, I touch every card, but I don't go through them. So I love being surprised. I see cards for the first time all the time. That's the only way that I can use my decks and not get bored because, you know, decks are an investment. It's a part of what I do for work. So I invest in them. And so I find ways to make it to where I'm not buying decks every day, maybe every other day, but not every day. No, I'm kidding. I don't buy them that often. Maybe once a month or once every other month. Okay, time of fallow. My times of fallow are peak periods for nurturing my soul and trusting my life path. The winters of my life. When people, projects, or passion have withered away, are opportunities for tapping into unseen resources within me. I honor my time of fallow as a spiritual time, a time to rest in the nurturing of darkness. It is a time when the deep roots of my inner being are being nourished and replenished. When I enter the fallow time, I accept that there is no point in digging around trying to find the new buds. Fallow time calls for receptive stillness. I bring my presence to my body's needs or to what serves my body's highest good. We're going to cancel delete need. Inner sensations and changing moods. I tune into those things that replenish, restore, and nourish me. There is greater potential for creative manifestation once I have nurtured myself and honored my time of fallow. So the affirmation that is associated with this card is creative manifestation occurs more easily when I have nurtured myself and honored my time of fallow. So I'm just going to hold that up. So if anybody screenshots, you can see that affirmation. So if you decide to speak on it, speak on it. Well, yeah, speak on it. That's not a mistake. There's no such thing. It's not even a coincidence. Speak on it, as in your mirror work every day, speaking it out loud. So anyways, that's what that is. Okay. So I'm just hearing more self-love. That's more time to love on you when you're in that time of fallow. More time to love on you. More time to rebuild your source of power. More time. Okay, so listen, as that's coming through, I'm being told to show you the card because look at all that solar plexus energy and that heart chakra energy, right? And look, even look at the breath, that sacred breath, and how everything is in that breath. It's pretty amazing, pretty amazing. Okay, so this one is in reverse. We're going to go ahead and flip it right side up. It says inner wakefulness. I am completely awake and tuned into my truth, clarity, and inner wisdom. So claim that, first of all. That's the first thing. Claim that. Claim that. I am completely awake and tuned into my truth, clarity, and inner wisdom. Claim that. Claim that. Because you know what? When you claim this, I'm going to put it up there too in case you choose to screenshot it. When you claim this, right? When you claim this, you're curing everything we just talked about, right? When you're in tune to your truth is that you're the divine in human form. You don't look at God and say, there's something wrong with God. Ever. Have you ever done that? I don't mean like gods that we were taught, false ways. I mean God, the divine, the universe, the most high, Allah, Jehovah. I mean God. You don't ever look at God and say, there is a flaw in God. There is something wrong with God, right? When the leaves fall off the tree, you don't look at that and say, God, that's a mistake. That's ugly. When it's green again, when the sky goes dark, you don't say, God, what the hell is going on? Why is the sky dark? There's something wrong with that, right? When it rains, we find beauty in God, but we are God incarnated. So why are we struggling with finding that same beauty within ourselves? So when we wake up to our truth, right? Our truth of who we are, then self-love is inevitable, right? So start saying this every single day. every single day as one of your daily declarations, daily affirmations. Say it with feeling, say it with belief. You know what I mean? And even, here's the thing. We've in Tuesday Tips and Tools, we've had the quantum jumping. I've done a video on that with the water, quantum leaping, jumping, whichever one you refer to it as, with the water, right? But here's something you can do. You can do it in the shower. So what I'd like you to do when you get in the shower, think about where you are right now as it relates to your truth, your clarity, and your inner wisdom, your self-love, right? When you get in that shower, you get in your current state of what you feel about yourself, right? And then as you're washing your body, you allow all of that to just release and go down the drain, right? And when you get out of the shower, now you step into this, right? You step into that pure self-love. You step into that honoring your divinity within. You step into that clarity. You step into that divine wisdom, right? And do that. Do that every day for the next 21 days and just see how different you start to feel about yourself, right? Do that. It's another form of quantum jumping. So do that and let me know how it goes for you. You can leave a comment on any one of the videos. And of course, if you're in the soul family, you could just let me know up in there. Okay, let's see what you guys are saying. Hi, Coretta. Welcome, welcome. Coretta said, I really need this message on self-love. I keep coming across this message. Well, cancel, delete, need. It serves your highest good, because if you claim that need, Spirit's going to respond with giving you more need. But I'm so grateful that you're here and grateful that the message is resonating. So let's see. You are so welcome, Lacey. Pat said, self-love and self-care is necessary for everyone. Coretta, embrace it, sis. Yes. Pat said, oh, wow, that message really resonates with me. I've been sensing that some downtime would serve my highest good. Yes, definitely. We're all being called to take that time to just slow down and just allow ourselves to be in our energy and in the energy with the divine. It's definitely something that's necessary in order for us to fully be prepared for that peak. It's time for us to be in that fallow. Okay. Let's see. Is this better? Can you see it now? I was holding it up where it looked like in the screen where I was looking, but let me know if you can see it now. Pat was saying she didn't get to take the screenshot because it was up too high. And it's 550, which is 10. Also mirroring, we have 3-3 on this card. So that duality, that mirroring. No, please do not shut up. No, there is no such thing as talking too much. You are being moved by spirit, just like me. What if I just said I'm talking too much? I'm gonna sit here and shut up now. You guys would not appreciate that. So no, there is never no talking too much. No. Everything that you have to say is valuable and it is contributing to the shift. So no, ma'am. No. Please don't shut up. So yeah, you got it. Okay, awesome. Okay, so this one came in reverse too. We're getting a lot of stuff in reverse, but it says in the flow. And this one is 29, which is 11. So it says in the flow. When I am in flow, magic happens. So we know this, you guys. We hear this all the time. But the reason why we're hearing it again, see, I've released the fact. I know that sometimes the messages that I deliver are redundant. And I used to be like, really, Spirit? But Spirit said the only reason why it's redundant is because somebody or some people still not getting it. They're still not implementing it. So I released that feeling of it's redundant. I don't really mind, but I'd be like, they're going to be like, it's redundant. And Spirit, like, there's a reason for it. So we've heard this time and time again about being in flow, right? But the reason why this is in reverse is because some of us are still struggling with flow. Some of us are still struggling with flow. Some of us are still pushing or pulling, right? Some of us are still fighting against the current instead of just allowing ourselves to float and allow Spirit to guide us exactly to where we said we'd like to go, right? Exactly to where we said we're choosing to go. So Spirit is saying, it's time. It's time. Go within. Ask for that guidance. Ask for that guidance. And when you receive that guidance, do what you were guided to do. That too is a part of flow. Surrender is a part of flow. Being guided is a part of flow, right? What greater flow is there than being guided? You mean I don't have to think about it? I can just ask. And what did that first card say? The very first one. If I sincerely ask, I am always guided back to the right path for me and to my central purpose. So when you ask Spirit, which also brings us back to being very clear, when you ask Spirit, then trust and know that the only thing that is going to happen once you ask is that you will receive. And so now Spirit is saying flow. Flow. It's not that you're not receiving. I'm literally hearing, they're literally saying it's not that we're not giving you what you're asking. It's just that you're not flowing with what you're receiving. Because sometimes what you receive doesn't fit in your mental, emotional, or physical paradigm, right? Sometimes it doesn't fit in that box of limitations that you've created for yourself, right? You created that box of limitations. Limitations don't really exist anywhere except in your mind. And then your mind is what creates your reality. So that's when they become real. So Spirit is saying no more. If you like to live a better life, if you like to feel better about yourself, if you like to receive more love, if you like to create more abundance, right? If you like to serve deeper, right? It's time to speak that clearly into existence and then accept the guidance and flow with it. Just surrender. You know, have you ever attempted to float and you're moving around and you're doing all sort of things? You usually don't float that way. You float when you just lay back and relax, right? So that's what Spirit is telling us to do. Is there anything else that you would like to say before we? Okay, I'm being told to pull from this deck the Queen of the Moon. Oh. Did you guys see that? So we taking it. Resilience. 21 is 3. 555 is 555 now. Resilience. You are resilient. You are resilient. But what Spirit is saying is put them burdens down. And I'm hearing Erykah Badu, bag lady, you gonna hurt your back. Carrying all that around. I forgot the word of that. So yeah, that's what's coming through. Spirit is saying, put it down. This is what you're doing when you're not in flow, right? This is what you're doing. You're saying, oh, Spirit, I'm tired. Oh, Spirit is heavy. Oh, Spirit, I'm weak. Oh, and Spirit is like, all right, sit it down and then don't worry about it. It's important to you. We'll get it to the destination. Matter of fact, it's going to arrive before you. But Spirit don't tell you that. Spirit just say, put it down, right? And then you're like, but no, I can't, because if I do, and Spirit's like, okay, well, you choosing to suffer, so that's your free will. We'll wait. We'll wait. And I'm being told to take this one too. Beginnings. Look at that. So we're in a cycle of a new beginning. It's time. It's time. Stop fighting. Stop resisting. There is so much magic on the other side of fear, on the other side of doubt, on the other side of lack of surrender, on the other side of lack of self-love, right? Lack of peace and balance and boundaries. There is so much. And as I'm saying that, Spirit is telling me to reiterate that message that I posted the other day where, you know, no is a complete sentence. And allowing yourself to say no to those things that really don't resonate with your soul. If Spirit says it's a no, then it's a no, right? Because when you say yes to everything, you're creating clutter and creating lack of room and space for those things that do serve you. Everything is about energy. Remember, it's all about energy. So if you have energy over here, and it's all filled, then you're not going to have room for the energy that Spirit's bringing in from over here, right? So Spirit is just saying those boundaries are so important because it's time for you to make space for those things that you're really choosing and those things that you really deserve, and just release all those things that are just taking up chaotic space, okay? So that is the message for our Empower Hour today. And also, 555. You guys, you know, 5 is a very powerful, magical number by way of manifesting. So some of you may be led to do the 555 manifestation method again. I shared it in a Tuesday tips and tool video a while ago. If you haven't seen it, look it up, but you may be led to do that. If it resonates, then check that out and do that manifestation technique, okay? Now, I am going to log us off on, not over here on YouTube, but I'm going to log us off on IGTV. So if you are watching on IGTV, I recommend you click the link in the bio to subscribe on YouTube, because at this point we go into mini readings and you have an opportunity to receive one of your own or take in the messages for others. And usually Spirit will also deliver messages for us as a collective. So yes, if you haven't subscribed, please do. So I am going to leave you on IGTV with peace, love, bliss, and abundance. And I will talk to you soon. And then those of us over on Facebook, those of us over on YouTube, oh wait, I can't close that. We will continue with the mini reads. Those of you would like a mini reading, let me know. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to read 555. So if you'd like to get a mini reading today, let me know. And then we'll go there. But let's see what the message is for 555. And you know what? Usually I go with Joanne's Sacred Scribe. But yesterday, a girlfriend of mine reached out and I told her the number when her message came through to look it up. And she said she really likes Willow Soul. So let's see what that's telling us. It says, are you suddenly seeing 555 when you check the time? Or did you see 555 dream? Perhaps you saw 555 after you finished meditating or praying. Trust that you were spiritually guided here to find out about 555 meaning and to learn why you keep seeing 555 show up on your path at this sacred time. Seeing repetitive triple number patterns like 555 is not a coincidence. Repetitive numbers is a form of synchronicity, and it's the universe's way of telling you that you are in sync with your true self, the real you, and things in your life will start to shift and change to make room for the new and better things coming to you. Keep in mind that your new path will be revealed to you one step at a time. So just trust that everything is going to be okay as you're heading in the right direction. Most importantly, pay attention to your intuition, your inner voice, your guidance, and to prepare you for a new phase in your life. You might also receive communication through signs like numbers, feathers, and coins from angels and other high energy vibrational beings to encourage you along your path. Their angel message is to provide you comfort and let you know that they are watching over you. Remember, you're never alone in your journey. So the meaning of 555 is that you are in the process of significant change and new events in your life will be shown to you at divine timing as you're being guided in your life purpose. Get ready for fate to smile on you and transform the circumstances of your life. It's essential to understand that there can be other reasons why you are seeing this divine number, and only you will know what resonates with you. For starters, here are the 4 most common spiritual meanings of the reasons why you're seeing the number 555. So the first meaning is you are a divine being. That is literally what it says. Seeing 555 is an angelic reminder that you are a divine, infinite being who chose to incarnate here on earth to experience life in human form. Always feel that you have worth because you are here to co-create the universal source and complete a life mission. Don't y'all love when Spirit does this? Your life has ultimate significance. That's what this says, okay? I'm just reading. Importantly, 555 is the number of Jesus Christ. The name Jesus has 5 letters in numerology. Jesus adds up to 27 and Christ adds up to 32. Thus, the 2 words Jesus Christ reduced to 5. 27 plus 32 equals 59. 59, 5 and 9 equals 1 and 4. 1 and 4 equals 5. Also, in one of the reported miracles, Jesus gracefully took 5 loaves of bread to feed 5,000. And later, towards the end of his life, he received 5 wounds on the cross. Thus, 555 represents grace and redemption. And the number of Christ and unity. Unity consciousness is thinking and acting in ways that create positive change and unite mankind to make the world a better place for all. Didn't that come through? As with change, 555 is a powerful number, and it also represents the wholeness of creation in human form. With 5 fingers of the hand, 5 toes of the feet, and 5 senses: touch, taste, smell, hearing, and sight. Additionally, there are 5 extremities of the body: 2 arms, 2 legs, and the head. And when you place the human body in a circle with extended arms and legs at the point of a pentagon, you can visualize the shape of a pentagon. Hence, the meaning of 555 is the perfection of the human being that is you. Number 2 meaning, 555, a major change is coming your way. Be prepared. A major shift is about to come into your life. Experience and change your path's direction. Although this change will have a great impact on your life, it can also bring the answer to all your recent prayers. So seeing 555 means that it's not what happens to you that defines you, but what you make of it. When you believe that every change that comes into your life is beneficial for you, to you, this is the outcome that you will experience. Everything that happens in my life serves my highest good, right? When you can view change as an opportunity for growth, an opportunity can appear in the strangest times. And when this happens, you are invited to examine yourself. You have the opportunity to pause in that fallow and think. But we're going to cancel the think. We're going to pause and feel, right? What are you being told or shown? What's the lesson here for you? What is the universe telling you? The meaning of seeing 555 in this context is that everything that's going on right now in your life is for your own good, even if it may seem otherwise. Every change is for your own sake. Look at every experience as an opportunity. Everything happens for you, not to you. The third meaning is 555 is to trust your choices. 555 predicts a major change in your life, but it can also validate the fact that the change you're planning to make is the best thing for you to do right now. Saying 555 is no coincidence in this case, but a divine message that your decision to make this change in your life has been suggested to you by divine entities or your highest self. In other words, they said need, but in other words, it serves your highest good to trust your intuition and understand that whatever you choose to change in your life will be highly beneficial for your life purpose. You must have the commitment to do the right thing based on love and good intentions. So let's cancel the right thing. And let's just say you must have the commitment, or it serves your highest good to have the commitment to do what serves your highest good based on love and good intentions. So when we say I have to, that creates a feeling of, right? And then when we're talking about the right thing, it implies there's a wrong thing, and there's only lessons and blessings. So, making these shifts in how we speak will also shift the vibrational frequency, which will shift what we receive. So it says, do it for the reasons that serve your highest good, and the universe will rearrange itself so that everything will work out fine. Trust your decisions and have faith that your life is unfolding perfectly for your highest good. You are supported by the universe. And the fourth meaning of 555 is be open and stay positive all the way. The meaning of 555 to stay positive, confident, and aware of everything that happens within your inner being. No matter what life throws at you, the most important thing is your state of being. The truth is that your state of being creates your circumstances and not the other way around. Your reality is created from within yourself. Everything you see on the outside in your life is a reflection of your thoughts, beliefs, and emotions you hold inside. Like a mirror, you are getting reflections of what's inside of you. Other people are giving you the opportunity to improve yourself by letting you see what they're doing. If you don't like what they're doing, ask yourself, what am I doing along the same lines? For example, if you've been treated like second place in a relationship, perhaps the universe is reflecting how you treat yourself. If you don't put yourself first, why should others? If you choose to change for the better in your life, start from deep within yourself. So that was powerful. I love when Spirit gives us those messages and it literally wraps up everything that Spirit just delivered. I love that. I love that. So let's see what you all are saying. Let's see. Pat said, yes, got it. Okay, I get it. I just don't want to dominate the conversation. No. It takes a village, remember? It takes a village. So never feel that way. Pat said, yes, even though we know it, sometimes I have a reminder or getting confirmation like this gives me more confidence. Yes, yes. And you know what? Those angel numbers, that's what they used to do in the beginning of my journey. Like it would either be encouragement or it would be like, most often it was like encouragement, right? When I was in the midst of the journey, working my way there. And then it would be like confirmation, like you're on the right path. You're on the path, or cancel it, right? You're on the path that serves your highest good, right? You're on that path that your soul agreed to be on. And then it went into preparation. You know what I mean? So they had different purposes at different times, right? And it just kind of fluctuates depending on where I am on the journey. So it's the same, you know, like we get those confirmations to help us stay on track, stay on our path, and stay in that state of confidence. So yeah, Pat said, this is powerful. This resonates deeply. This is part of my surrendering. And so it is. I'm so grateful. My mom said, I choose to release all burdens. Yes, lay those burdens down. And I feel like there's a gospel song that says that. So if anybody knows, look it up and maybe share it in the comments after we're not live. Because if you share it in the chat, it won't be seen, but share it in the comments. Lacey said, the beginning card is so beautiful. I know. And you know what? My mom says she's choosing to lay her burdens down. And Lacey, you mentioned the beginning card being beautiful. And these are literally the only two cards that I still have up here. The other ones, I've already put them away. No coincidences, you guys. Lay those burdens down and step into that new beginning because you are resilient. Let's see. Hey, Phyllis, how are you? Did you just get on? If so, if you feel led to watch the replay, make sure you do. Phyllis said, y'all, please be sure to hit the like button and then subscribe. Thank you so much, Phyllis. Thank you. So let's see. Hey, Nicoya. Phyllis said, hey, Pat. Hey, sis. Absolutely. Spirit has been dealing with me on speaking more positive. Yes. Pat said, I love it. That summed it all up. My mom said, and so it is. Yes. So that is our Empower Hour message. Now, I don't know if any of you were getting a reading. Let me see if anyone said, if you were. If you are, let me know. I am going to pull one more card while I wait for you to let me know. And if you don't let me know or are not, after this card that I pull, then we will be ending our Empower Hour. Okay. Okay, so which deck would you like me to pull from? Okay, so actually Spirit just said one from the Surrender and from the Work Your Light. Okay, so this is for us as a collective. Okay, but I'm also being told to show you the bottom that says surrender stubbornness. Because you know what? Sometimes what I'm being told is sometimes when we don't surrender to Spirit, it's not always fear. Sometimes it is stubbornness, and sometimes it is that feeling like we must be in control, right? And as I'm saying that, what Spirit is saying is that's the surface emotion where, and this is literally speaking to whomever may feel like I'm not afraid, but what Spirit is saying, stubbornness is the surface emotion, but underneath that, there is fear. There is fear. And I'm really feeling strong, the fear of your greatness. And then also something about the Venetian era is coming through. So I don't know who that's for. Spirit's not telling me, but awesome. Nicoya says she's going to watch the replay. So let's see. What message do you have for us as a collective spirit? What are we being called to surrender in this phase of life, in this season of life? Ooh, woo. It just popped on out. Surrender to creativity. And look at that mirror. Look at that mirror. When we saw 3-3 and 5-5, it was 550, and then the card was 33, and that mirror came up, and then that 555 mirror came up, and look at Spirit showing us that mirror once again. It says, let your imagination soar. Stay open to all creative ideas about how to pursue a dream or solve a problem. So you guys, I've mentioned the unconscious command to you before, and I'm telling you, the unconscious mind is obedient. If you give it a command, it will do it. When you lay down at night, if you have what you would classify as a problem, or if you have something that you are seeking clarity or guidance on, just simply state, unconscious mind, while I am sleeping, dreaming, and thinking, thank you for, and then whatever it is, right? Whatever it is, whether you're claiming something to be removed, something to be created, something to be solved, whatever the case may be. And then say starting, if you like to have the messages or the information come through when you're sleeping, you can say starting now and continuing throughout the rest of the day. Or you can say starting when I wake up at, and then whatever time you're waking up. And as I'm saying that, you know, you guys oftentimes hear me say, I don't sleep with my phone in my room, right? So one of the things that I'm being told to tell you is to begin practicing setting your internal alarm clock. Do it on days that you don't have work or you don't have to be up at a certain time, so that you can do so with ease and trust, right? And tell your unconscious what time you're choosing to wake up. And then test it. Like, I sleep with my phone in the bathroom. So test it, because one of the things that we're being called to do is really give ourselves that sleep time of peace where there's no interference. Electronics create all kind of interference. And when we're sleeping with it in our room, even when it's off, there's still interference, right? We're also able to determine when we choose to wake up. So Spirit is saying, start playing around with that testing of the commands that you give to your body, right? Your body will be obedient. So let's see. Pat said, yes, I'm loving my surrender deck. I've been pulling a card several times during the week, only when I feel led. So awesome. So awesome. Okay, that's the new process for me. I'll definitely do this. Yes, yes, yes. Because your unconscious mind will show up and show out for you. That's that, what we say, the divine shows up. We are the divine incarnated. It's this human form that gets stuck in this 3D matrix, but our soul self is still divine, right? So that's inclusive of that. So you're just talking to your soul, and your soul is answering. So yeah, and it's a much quicker, deeper, well, I won't say deeper, but quicker turn of events is what they're saying when you do it that way with the unconscious command. So inward revolution. I don't know why gospel songs keep coming up today, because I'm hearing Kirk Franklin. Do you want a revolution? Woo, woo. Inward revolution. So Spirit is saying that there's a lot of things that are changing within you, and to allow it. Like, there's a lot of change. Just look at that, right? Look at all that light. So when we look, oh, look, it matches my dress. The colors right here. But look, when we look at those colors, right? And when we look at the light, you know, oftentimes people will refer to the different energies as black magic, dark magic, white magic, light magic. I don't buy into that. It's manipulative magic, or it's free will magic, right? Light, dark, black, white, that's society, right? So when we look at these colors and the contrast, oftentimes we may look at those darker colors and we may see it as being void of light, or we may see it as something less than. And what Spirit is saying is that's not what it is. It's just a different phase, right? There's purpose in everything. So when you really look at those colors, it's beautiful. Right? It's beautiful, and it contains so much. And that electricity, that electric energy was building inside of that, right? And so as we heal and as we allow ourselves to go into that next period, all of that magic within, it's now coming out of hiding, and it's now bursting out. It's bursting out where we can tap in, where we can use it at will, and where we can spread it to the world, right? Where we can share it with the world, right? And as I'm saying that, one of the things that Spirit is reminding me, or telling me to remind you all of, oh my gosh, the sky just looks so beautiful right now. But one of the things that Spirit is telling me to remind you of is to make sure that you're not taking away anyone's free will, even when you're practicing healing. Because we oftentimes think if it's something that's going to serve them, it's okay, but it's not. You know, you can send healing to someone, but tap into their higher self and ask their higher self, do you have permission? Their higher self will answer you. So you just go into meditation. If you aren't feeling real confident right now of just being able to ask and receiving, you can do that though. So you can cancel that not feeling confident and just do it that way. But if you'd like to meditate first, that's fine too. But then just ask permission. Do I have permission to send you this healing? right? And then if they say yes, then send it. If they say no, then don't. And it's not always going to be a voice, you know, you may feel it. So Spirit is saying being aware of your body, which is also what this is telling us. Inward revolution. We were getting that message, remember, about being aware of our resting energy, being aware of our own vibrational frequency so that we can feel when something is off or when something doesn't belong to us. Well, this is another reason, so that when you're familiar with your own frequency, you know when you're receiving from others, right? So yeah, that's what was coming through for that inward revolution. Just really start focusing on your internal self. Start focusing on your internal self in a much deeper way, and allow that light of yours that's just bursting out. Just allow it to shine. Don't dim. Don't dim. But also don't judge those moments when you were wearing this. So funny too, because literally, when I got home, it was almost 4, and I got in bed, and I knew I wasn't going to go to sleep, but I got on and checked in with the Soul Family and Activating You, and so I put this on because I had taken my sweatsuit off to get in bed. I put this on because it's just easy to just throw over my head, and it doesn't have to be ironed ever. So funny that that's the same color. So yeah, let's see what y'all are saying. Lacey said, this is so funny. I'm a little behind on the live. I had to pause a couple of times. You were right on time, right on time. And Pat said, yes, it's beautiful. And so is your blouse. Thank you so much, sis. It's actually a dress. I bought this in Berkeley. It's a dress, but thank you so much. It's so comfortable. So comfortable. Lacey said, funny, as in you talking about the card you left out. I know, right? Right? So yeah, you guys, so that is our message today for Empower Hour. If this video resonated with you, please be sure to like the video and please share the video. I always tell you guys, our channel cannot, Ganesh, hey, Ganesh. Okay, you guys, thank you. He notices a crack in my door, and so he's attempting to go in my room. He knows he's not allowed in my room by himself. Thank you. As he looks over his shoulder at the door again. So yes, the way that we grow and get these messages out is by you all sharing. So if it resonated at all, even if just one part of the message, please share it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm sending you off with peace, love, bliss, and abundance. Oh, real quick, you guys. So I'm going to drink some water, get in the bed, and I'm going to put on Fate. Have you guys seen that about the fairies? I love that show. I've only watched 4. This is my 4 today. I've only watched 4 episodes, but so far I'm loving it. So anyways, you guys, you know I'll keep going because I love chatting with you all. Thank you for showing up and for being here and for allowing me to serve you. I'll talk to you next week. Oh, wait. No, next Wednesday, we're not going to have our live, remember, because it's my son's birthday, but I will record a message that we'll post at 5 p.m. Eastern time, okay? All right, bye. Have a good day.